I believe the Kansas City area is an underrated railfanning gold mine, so I'm going to explain why you should consider taking a railfanning trip to Kansas City. I will not be diving into any history, but I am going to show you what runs through the area and also a few spots I'd recommend, among other things. To start, what railroads run through here? 4 out of the 6 Class 1 railroads run through here. Those railroads are BNSF, Union Pacific, CPKC, Norfolk Southern, along with Amtrak. The railroads that don't run through here is CN and CSX. However, the Amtrak situation is not the greatest. There are a few trains that run through. They are the River Runner and the Southwest Chief. Unfortunately though, the Southwest Chief does not run during the day. The times I believe are midnight and like 4 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, not very fun. So if you want to catch it, be my guest, have fun with that. Hopefully it's like 10 hours late and you get to see it at noon. Also, quick side note, the Southwest Chief always seems to have the coolest power or private cars. So come on Amtrak, be better. The River Runner terminates at KC and also terminates at St. Louis, so it just runs between those two on the Union Pacific Sedalia subdivision. However, the trains are very boring, consisting of SC-44 Chargers and Ventures. That's pretty much all you see, unless you're lucky and catch a P-42 or a couple not Venture coaches. I don't know what to say. There also isn't much short line or small railroad action here, but the M&A does reach down into the metro area a little bit on the Missouri side. Also, at the heart of KC is the KCT or Kansas City Terminal. They own most of the tracks downtown and run some pretty cool trains. What's also cool, that's at Union Station, which KCT owns the track through. One of the KCSF units is stored there. I don't know that it's still KCS because of CPKC being stupid, but you know, that's there. They also sometimes like to store private cars there, so that's also cool to see sometimes. Some of the locals that work in the area are also very nice. I don't know much about most of the railroads that exist here, but I've seen every single BNSF local to my knowledge. The Lenexa local is a smaller one with a GP25 that works on it most of the time. Its number is 3174. The Spring Hill local is also very nice with a duo of ST40-2s, with one of which being H1. And my favorite local is the Gardner local, which has 2 H4B40-8Ws, which is very cool to see, especially nowadays. Now I'm going to talk about some railfanning spots that I'd recommend to anyone who's visiting. I will link my map of my railfanning spots in the description, so you can look at that, but I will be talking about 4 specific ones that I'd just like to point out because they are some of the best spots in the area. The first one I'd like to talk about is Union Station. At Union Station, there's 3 tracks that are specifically for freight and 2 for passenger. The Union Station used to have 30 tracks for passenger, now it's down to 4, and only 2 of them are actually used, so that's fun. You will be able to see all of the railroads here, including KCT and Amtrak, so you will be able to see pretty much everything, but the majority of trains are Union Pacific or BNSF, with a couple of KCT locals a day. Sometimes you'll see some Norfolk Southern or CPKC mixed in, or even then some foreign power that's not even from the area. There are not many other Railfans that go to Union Station. The biggest reason is just the Railfan bridge isn't the greatest for railfanning. It's good, unless you're not willing to dang near stick your phone out of the little slits. But, you know, it's still a good spot, and if you just zoom in a little bit, get your phone, every camera positioned correctly, you get a good shot of above the trains too. You can also go level to the trains on at the parking lot by the parking garage, or you can go railfanning from the parking garage. So there's quite a bit of movement around there. They've also positioned the signals so that you can, if you're on the railfanning bridge, you can see the signal aspects on both sides of the tracks, which is really nice. The next spot I would like to talk about is Santa Fe Junction, which is very popular. Santa Fe Junction is a very good spot. There's a lot of trains through there, and you can see also the same trains there as you would at Union Station. KCT owns the tracks between Union Station and Santa Fe Junction. So, yeah. Although you do see more trains at Santa Fe Junction because there are tracks that don't go through Union Station there that go through just Santa Fe Junction. You can also get really, really good horn audio there because the trains that go by the crossing are really, really slow, and they do have to honk for the crossing. I will just say, trains will sneak up on you, and I've had it happen to me before where I didn't hear a train, and then it went by on the High Line, and I was just utterly confused. There are sometimes other Railfans there, more Railfans there than at Union Station or any other spot that I've seen. There's also the virtual Railfan camera there, which is also cool. Oh yeah, and another thing, you can see for Amtrak operations there, you can see the River Runner turning around. That's also cool to see. I have seen that a couple times. My next spot is in the suburbs and is not known by anyone who's really outside of the Kansas City area. It is Olathe, Kansas. There's a stretch of railroad in Olathe it's a no-horn zone, unfortunately, but it's 7 crossings, and it's surrounded on one of the sides is just parking lot. So it's really good for rail fanning. So you can just go there and park, and it's very busy. It's on the Emporia sub. It's the Southern Transcon. It's BNSF. So it's very busy, very fast trains, and overall a good spot. I don't see many other rail fans there. A couple do go rail fanning there. My last spot I'm going to discuss is Lee's Summit Amtrak Station in Missouri. Lee's Summit Amtrak Station it's a pretty good spot. I haven't gone rail fanning there much, but it's definitely notable because it is a good spot. There you can see Union Pacific Freight trains, of course, Amtrak trains, and also Missouri and Northern Arkansas trains. Sometimes they run through their stuff through there, and it's very cool to see that. Not many other rail fans go there because it's just not, I don't know, no one really goes rail fanning there other than me. Quick bonus spot is Gardner, Kansas. As I previously mentioned, of course, there's the local there that does 2 B40-8Ws, but their trains are very high speed. I will say it's super windy, but trains are really high speed. You get tons of warning before a train goes by, and plus, you're right next to the intermodal facility at Gardner. So there is a lot of intermodal trains there terminating and departing. So if you want to see intermodal traffic, there's your spot. Anyways, that's pretty much my explanation on why Kansas City is underrated and why people should visit it. It is a very, very good rail fanning hub. Unfortunately, there's not more Amtrak or passenger. And unfortunately, KCS and CPKC, or CP, had to merge into CPKC, so there's not as much variety anymore. Still, really good rail fanning here. I would highly recommend people visit it. I just feel like it's underrated. No one actually thinks about Kansas City in terms of rail fanning, so I hope to make more videos like this in the future, explaining stuff. I don't know. Just making these rail fan commentary videos. I think that depending on how this video does, I might actually move towards that kind of format, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments or on future videos if I should keep going with this or not. Anyways, have a good one. See y'all.